Hi everybody, I'm going to give a quick recap here from today's trading, so enjoy it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Alright, so this is the S&P 500 E-minis contract. I'm going to add clips within this video of the executions that I did today. I used the paper trading account within the executions, then my live account is on my other screen. But I'm going to add these executions within the video explaining before they happened and why I got in them. Let's see. 5 minute candle looking good. 5 minute looking good. Let's see, we're at the constant encroachment of the opening range. Just trying to see if we can rip up. 5 minute candle looks very bullish to me. I'm in. 1% risk. Okay. 0.5% risk. Oh, a little more. I'll do 2% risk on it. They said 500. I don't know if you guys saw that, but let's do 2% risk on it. We're trying to reach up to this high up here, but then we'll just go from there. We're in a nice macro. Looking good, baby. Make some partial on it. So this is our trade right here. ICT likes 5 handles, but top of the end log. Daily up in here. Stayed up here. Rates a partial on my live. Up within 50% of this end log sideball right here. Alright. Rips up. And then use this area in this candle here as another breaker. Another 5 minute closure here in a minute. 32 seconds. My bad. I like the 5 minute charts. Nasdaq has yet to hit the high. It's making me think that we're going to go higher. We have 30 second pissy. Right here. Let's give it some. Give some love. Right at 2. Right at the high yet. Moving to break even as soon as I know US 30 Nasdaq hits the high. Nasdaq probably hits the high before this does. We'll move to break even very soon. It's about to hit it. 20 lots open up on my other account. 2 minute bullish closure. 5 minute closure. Just chilling right now. I want this breaker to hold. Looking down. We'll see. Looks like it wants to blow up. Got a macro time frame in just a few minutes, but almost 1% this year. ETH ripping, Bitcoin ripping. The same box ripping. Same box ripping. This will be ripping. Moving to break even. Up 0.5% on my other account. Close out one trade. Leave one open. I know it's in the sun log. I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go for entries later today. Some nice little moves today. 1.5. A little over 1.5%. Started at the beginning of the week. This account. Over 8%, almost 9% of the week so far, and it's Thursday. Jesus Christ. Also, for anybody that wants to know, these are my entries today on my live account from here, taking profit up within here, and then it traded back down, came back up. I take more off above these highs. And like I said, I was letting the last little bit run, and I had my take profit placed up here. I thought it was a little higher, so on MT4 it was a little closer. But overall, I was looking for the SIBI that was up higher, that was up within here from the daily time frame. Over here in the daily time frame, we're looking at the daily candles, and we wanted to see the SIBI get reached to within the past few days. We've been watching this level to see where we were going to reach up into there, and as you can tell, it failed. We came down in the consequent encroachment of this wick, which is 50% of the wick we've reached down into, and then we are looking up here to possibly get up there. We don't know for sure if anything's going to happen. None of this is financial advice, and we never know for sure. We can only control our emotions and what happens in the market. So price traded down here within a discount. We were sitting within the order blocks of all these down candles within here. So then we're going to look for possible rejection, as you could tell from like the live analysis within the private section of my Discord. So I got the public section versus the private section. I did release a live analysis of my emotions of why I was executing it and the explanations of why during live time. But anyways, going down into here, we traded down before the open within here, and then we started to reject within this area, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for possible rejection and looking towards these relative equal highs from this high up to here. And as you can tell in the 15-minute relative equal highs, you go over here in the 1 hour, you can see that these are equal highs here on the 1 hour time frame, plus these equal highs, plus these highs, plus the NWOG up here, so the new week opening gap up here, plus the SIBI above this area, which was on the daily. So sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So all these buy side targets were up there. So London session, we basically came down during London. And now it's like, okay, we come down during London, we have all the bad news. Okay, the market comes out with news. It's like, oh, everything's bad. So everybody and their mom is going to be shorting this market. So it's like, okay, we get the headlines. I even put that in the chat. It's like, oh, we got bad headlines. Dow was down. So it's like, okay, now let's look for bullish movement because everything is bad right now. Okay, because that's what they're trying to do. They just manipulate people. All the stop losses above here, that's where my eyes were. So I'm looking within this area, down within here, and I'm looking for potential buys
within this area. So price does trade up within here, and then it reaches up into here into the opening range. So the halfway, the opening range was this line right here. So it's a closing price from yesterday to the open right now. You measure the 50% of that. So if you want to know how to do that, I mean, you just go over regular trading hours, closing price from yesterday, opening price from today. You measure 50% of that. It's right here. They act as magnets. They act as equilibrium. So that's what you can do within that. But anyways, we were looking for price to start rejecting, and that's kind of what we got today. So we hit the 50% of the daily wick, shifted up, traded back down, shifted up in here, and then it hit the 50% of the opening range. Price then later shifted all the way up into here and hit the closing price from yesterday. All right, and that's what we're looking for now. We see price trade right back down, and it's like, okay, we could have retraced and came back down even farther, but we had SMT divergence with the other indices. So I'm going to pull that up right now. All right, now bringing over this chart, we get to see the SMT divergence between these other indices. So we have these making lower lows over here on YM, and we have a higher low here on ES. And then also here on NQ, we have the higher low. So higher low, higher low, higher low, and we have the lower low here. So that was basically indicating that price wanted to move higher. Especially if you pull up the RSI, you'll see SMT as well. Yeah, we start to see the bullish divergence here where we see the higher lows made. But anyways, that's what we're seeing there. We go back over here to ES, and it's like, what are we looking for? And as you can tell in the video, I'll put this up within here somewhere. But my execution was up within this range after we broke up into this breaker. So after we had this 2-minute candle close, from here, this bullish candle close, and then also this bullish one, we retested down within the bottom of the NWOG. We started to trade higher, but I wanted to wait on my confirmations to get in, and I like the breaker entry. So it broke up, another bullish candle close, and then I entered within here on the breaker, and you could even go down to the 30-second to see another order flow entry within the BISI. You know what I mean? So there's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency here in the 30 seconds. So there's another entry there, and then price just started rocketing higher. And during the time I had my alerts on NQ, if NQ was going to make a higher high, I was moving this to break even. I also talked about that within the live recording itself too. But anyways, price started gravitating higher. I'm taking partials as it reaches up into here, taking partials as it gets up in here. And the new highs are made, more partials, you know what I mean? And then I just let the rest go. I let the other 10% of the trade go, you know what I mean? So I'm closing 90% of the trade by the time it gets to this high here. And I'm just going to let it gravitate. If it wants to get up there, it gets up there. If it doesn't want to, it won't. You know what I mean? So basically it's house money at that point. So that was basically the review from today. After it got up here, it was indecision in my opinion. I didn't trade anything afternoon. I didn't really look at price really. I just did my own thing in my other businesses, but that's what I was looking at there. So overall, if you guys want to get anything out of this video, I'm looking for direction, I'm looking for bias, and I'm waiting for confirmation. I'm looking for the willingness of price to get to an area, and then I'm going to look for my entry confirmations. Those might be breaker structures, fair value gaps, breaker blocks, order blocks, and overall, like, it's my bias that gives me the direction. I'm not just going to enter because there's a breaker or a fair value gap. They're not all going to work. So I'm going to use my own analysis with my bias, my higher time frame bias, keeping that in place to then go forward with it. And I recommend paper trading money, not real money, because that keeps your emotions out of it. Because basically when emotions get in, you're going to basically be afraid to do anything. So your brain needs to subconsciously start to recognize all these patterns and everything. And sorry, I got a dog here, you know what I mean? I love these dogs. But anyways, your brain needs to start to recognize these patterns so you can then become familiar with them over a series of months, years, and just stuff like that. Because I've been investing since 2017, but I've been trading for about 3 years now. Next month is going to be about 3 full years. Because I started since COVID, but I didn't really start learning the real stuff until about a year and a half ago. So I'm on the upbringing of becoming very, very successful with what I'm doing. But I'm pretty confident. I'm sticking with it, and I love it. But I make these videos because I want to help you guys learn from my mistakes and basically get there faster and use paper trading money. Because obviously I can't give financial advice, but basically learning how we can adapt to the market, and then possibly in the future you can make your own decision if you want to use real money or not. But it's basically, I love doing it because it's a personality thing, you know what I mean? And it's just great. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Just DM me, Discord, Instagram, anything. But take it easy, guys. Love y'all.